Wow, let's see if he can find it
another ace. Make it fair.
on the second one. Ace again!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. All in and a snap call.
Twice fine.
Here's your 50K pot, Patches.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So you got 2, 10, 20, and 40.
So today's my birthday stream. I invited the entire list and I just picked up my parents from the airport. My mom is not going to be too happy with the amount of action I'm about to give on stream today. I'm not going to be playing tight, so see how it goes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's my birthday. I got to play loose. All right, we're back. The second vlog. This is my birthday stream. This could be the last stream the Lodge ever does, which is kind of crazy. Shortly after this stream is when the raid happened. This one, we're in the $100 straddle. Easy makes it 600. We're going to be c-betting pretty much our whole range. This is where the hand starts to get interesting. So we get check called and then Easy leads the turn. He goes donk lead, block sizing, and immediately, like, in my head, this screams like not a ton of strength. And what I'm gonna do with all my big hands is just flat. All my kings I'm gonna just call, jacks I'm just gonna call, tens I'm gonna just call. All the queens, I don't think I'm raising. So yeah, I don't think we're really good at showdown here. I think this is just going to be really tough to call an easy spot because this is exactly how I'd play.
It's a call.
Bad fold. Lays it down. Everyone else say bad fold.
A value hand.
Got it.
You're smiling.
Queen 4.
They would be right.
Is it Queen 6 suited? Please tell me.
Me and Easy go way back. We've been playing together since I moved to Austin for the last 5 years. We played together in, let's see, some TCH, the original TCH. We played together at Palms, which was a little card room in Austin. It's now shut down. Yeah, we've been good friends for a long time, and he's an amazing guy, and tons of action on the felt, and I like to play lots of hands and a wide range versus him to give him some action back. We've battled throughout the years and both won and lost huge pots versus each other. He's one of my favorite players to play with. All right, the 100 is back on. San opens 2 red kings in the hijack.
Really showing he's a man's man, you know?
Pierre calls with a nip button in front of him. We wake up in the 50 straddle with ace queen. We were definitely 3-betting this one. They both have pretty wide ranges, being in the hijack and Pierre having the nip button. So yeah, we 3-bet 2,500. There's 5,600 in the middle.
Nobody really likes this board.
We get a pretty bad flop for our range, and you know, San's a thinking player, and he knows that, and he just decides to put on max pressure. Me and San have a lot of history. I know he can do this to apply a lot of pressure to ace highs and get him to fold. He is going to have, you know, he's going to have 1 pair hands. He's going to have jack 10. He's going to have, you know, 8-9, 7-9 suited, 9-10 suited. These hands I'm not doing great against. He's going to have some queen jack, some king jack, maybe like ace high flush draw, which I'm doing great against.
T1000 makes the
Yeah,
call.
and like I said, I was ready to give action today. So this is a loose call.
No.
And we end up being crushed.
How much was it?
79.25.
Fuck.
T1000 gonna need a lot of help here.
Just an ace. Just give me an ace.
Running it twice. There's an ace. On the first one. Lucky boy indeed.
This is awesome.
Wow. Let's see if he can find it
Another ace. Make it fair.
on the second one. Ace again.
Make it fair. Make it fair.
Unbelievable.
That's tough to beat.
1,000.
It's hard to beat luck. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a reason I get in good games. I think there's a reason people like playing with me, because you don't have to do this every session, but like if you're a pro and you want to get into better games, it's okay to just give great action. It's okay to put the money in behind. Some days just, you know, whale it up. Oh, this hand's interesting. We were playing loose. We open 9-5 off on the button.
King
This
Jack.
ill-advised
He's definitely
if you are playing any sort of profitable poker. This is a good flop though for us. We're gonna have a lot of, you know, big cards, and we have the nine of clubs, which
gutter ball for Pierre.
we
Ace
like.
forward.
That's our plan right now, is to represent clubs, and the clubs come in on the turn, and so I don't think I'm slowing down. I think this is a good 3-barrel spot.
22.
This is about the sizing I would choose with the flush. We get check called twice by Sammy. His favorite hand is Jack 5, so that's why his name's Jack 5. This is not such a great card to keep firing. This is a great card if I have a flush, because then he's just not folding. But again, I just I wasn't slowing down today.
Trips for Jack 5. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah.
And we
Snap
get
call.
snapped by Ace 8 off.
Sammy nearly beats JC into the pots. Oh my gosh. $21,000.
These are good hands that you show down. You put everyone on notice that you're a fucking maniac. That you're willing to do, you know, go 3 barrels, play any 2 cards. They're seeing how open and how wide you're playing. It's always going to stick in their minds, you know, that like you are a very aggressive, very loose player. And so when you have it, you're going to get paid. So these hands are, you know, their advertisement, their image building. These people are going to be having they're going to have a very hard time folding to you in future pots. And that's because you play all these random hands. Easy opens button to 300 here. We're playing super deep, you know, a million big blinds. This is my favorite kind of poker, where you can play the whole deck. I got a gut shot and decided to play take the aggressive route. So now we turn double gutted, which is a good card to keep firing. We have removal to 6-7. I'm gonna lead 6-7 some of the times too, like, so I'm gonna keep representing that I flopped pretty big. I think we just get folds here. So I think it's important to, you know, take similar lines. I think we've talked about it before, but
There's some places that they've got.
you know, take some of your air hands in this line, but then when you do flop, you know, sets or 2 pairs, in a situation like that, like a single raise pot and the flop is favorable, you can take those lead lines. Oh man, this hand was upsetting. Okay, so Sammy raises Jack 5 in the low jack. Tito calls from the big blind. Easy calls from the straddle. This would be I remember thinking this was actually a good spot to 3-bet. Yeah, we flop well. We flop top pair with Jack kicker. I know how wide Sammy is, and I don't know if everyone else does. But he played pretty tight this stream, but I play a lot with him, and he's just all over the place and plays complete random hands. I remember this spot being kind of tricky, but once we decide to call flop, we're assuming our hand's best. Typically, I would be folding with such a big stack behind me, but knowing how loose Sammy is, I just feel like I'm gonna have the best hand here a lot, and I convince myself to play a big one with 1 pair.
And T1,000 calls.
But obviously, you know, like Sammy's bet calling bottom pair on flop. So like we're not doing that bad with this hand. This time we're crushed. But I think in the long run we're not doing too bad.
T1,000 needs to hit
versus these kind of wide players.
It would be the case jack. based on what has been folded. And just a boat for Tito on the first board. And a brick on the second. Tito scooping 32,000.
Sad. Oh yeah, this is another solver approved play. Tito raises low jack with ace-7 suited. We call with 4-5 off. Solver's gonna love that. Again, we're just super deep, and I'm playing a lot of hands. We get Pierre and Cinnabon to call, come along as well, and we get the deuce 4-9 rainbow flop. Tito is going to c-bet. I think raising's kind of cool. It forces equity to fold out behind me. You know, if someone has 5-6, it puts them in a tough spot. You know, 6-3 is now not wanting to continue. Ace-5 is now having a harder time continue. Ace-3 is having a harder time in the blinds, at least. I'm basically putting them putting their stacks in jeopardy. And so if they flop like 9, you know, they have 9-6 or 9-7 or 9-8. They're really having to make a decision on the flop. Like, do I want to get my whole stack in there with one pair when I could have a set of 4s or a set of deuces? Because I would be raising flop with a set here too. So I get the blinds to fold, and then Tito flats.
Yeah, I hope so. And
Again, Tito's super wide, so I know I don't necessarily have to be beat here, but after getting called on the flop in this turn, I'm not really. I don't think I'm wanting to build a massive pot. Tito's not folding over pairs, no matter how hard I represent a set. So I decide to pot control, knowing that some of the times I'm going to be good. He's gonna be wide enough. He's gonna continue with ace-3s, ace-5s, some big aces. All right, so we check behind turn, and then the 8 of spades pairs the river. And now we have a bluff catcher. So I'm not really too concerned about a 9. I'm concerned about over pairs, and that's about it. And
call from T1000 picks it off. The beautiful call.
That hand was fun. I remember liking how I played that one. Tito is always kind of mixing it up and in there, so you got to get creative with guys taking unconventional lines. Okay, we're 4-3 off in the small, or no, in the low jack. We open. Tito 3-bets from the under the gun straddle to 1200. Probably with his stack size, if easy didn't call, I might just be out. But with easy calling, it gives me a little better price to see a flop. I still might be calling, even if he folds. It's my birthday stream. I'm just not folding. I didn't come into this stream today thinking about playing solid poker. I came wanting to give action, wanting to play a shit ton of hands, and wanting to mix it up a lot. We flop really well, obviously. We're open-ended, but we still have 4 high, so we could go call or raise. There's no folding.
Even in a 3-bet pots.
Yeah, this is a nice check. This is a great spot to check call. Yeah, it's time to start betting. We have no showdown value. Yeah, I think Tito makes a mistake here. Tito's just gonna get worse hands to fold out, and better hands are calling. So he's getting snapped by a 5. He's getting snapped by a flush. And then he's folding out all my bluffs. So especially with the ace of clubs, like he doesn't have to be concerned with another club coming on the river. So I think Tito should have flatted the turn there. You know, Tito has a lot of big cards in his range from the 3-bet preflop. So if he has like ace jack, ace queen, ace king, and he knows I'm super wide and I have a nip button, he's not going to be check jamming ace highs on turn. So he needs to be check calling, or he would be check calling. And he's just hoping for a favorable river. Let's say he has like ace queen with the queen of clubs. He's checking. I bet 3,500. He's just calling. He's evaluating what the river is, and then potentially bluff catching and trying to pick off a river bet. So I think with his aces, he needs to take this similar line and just call. And yeah, I think he left some money on the table there by check jamming. Oh boy, this one's fun. All right, we have a nip button. We opened a 300 with 8-6 of hearts. I love this hand. I love 8-6 suited. I love anything that's suited, honestly. I love the entire deck. I love poker. Pierre from the big blind is going to squeeze after 2 flats. The more time your raise gets flatted, the more incentive someone has to squeeze pre, obviously, because there's more money in the middle, and it's most likely dead money because people didn't have a good enough hand to want to raise themselves. So you have to be aware of this, that when there's tons of flats and people 3-bet, they're going to have wider ranges. We flop top 2. We flop huge, backdoor hearts. Pierre's on the tighter side, so he's going to be weighted towards over pairs. This time he just has, king 10 suited, obviously, but with that in mind and wanting to play for stacks with 2 pair, I decided to raise flop. I played with several some of the best players in the world, and several of them have said the same thing. It's never a bad idea to put in more money with a good hand. Big hands are for big pots, so when you flop big, you don't need to slow play it every time. So we decided to raise flop with top 2.
Oh my
gosh! All in and a snap call.
Twice.
Twice fine.
Here's your 50K pot, Patches.
Oh boy!
Wow!
You asked for it.
That's unfortunate.
Pierre drawing into exactly runner, king 10 or spades.
Or 7.
Pierre just wanted to give me a
That
fat birthday
helpful.
gift.
T1000 wins the first
He
one.
is such a sweet Italian.
Ooh, that's a bad card to lose too. That's the worst card for Pierre to lose right there. He needs a 7.
7 and a 7 only doesn't come. T1000 comes all the way back.
Happy birthday.
Wow!
Happy birthday.
T1000.
I mean, again, back to the point of like taking 9-5 off and going 3 streets. Like every hand you play is being watched by the entire table. All of the crazy bad plays and wildly loose plays I've made, they all go into these scenarios. But yeah, like when you don't play scared, you get these situations where people punt. I think we ended up 11,000 for the session, if I remember correctly. I went in with the intent of playing a lot of hands and giving a ton of action. I love playing poker this way, where you're not thinking about playing a correct strategy or a correct calling or raising range. You're playing the hands that you want to play. This is how I love to play poker. I'm gonna just give you guys a few details and reasons and get a little more personal with the guys and girls that are watching this. My dream has always been to play the highest stakes cash games in the world. I'm absolutely in love with the game, and the landscape has shifted towards content creators and how many followers you have. I want to take a shot at building a following so that I can potentially get seats in big, large cash games where you either have to be the biggest action in the world or you have to have a following where they are incentivized to invite you. The other half would be for kids that are grinding and people that are wanting to take poker seriously. I've been playing for 10 years for a living, and I've had so many ups and downs and learned so much about myself. And it's really, this is my art form. This is how I express myself, and it's helped me grow so much as a person. The winning and losing is not what it's about. It's your reaction to it, and I'm still learning and I still make mistakes. And if I can help other young players with more mindset and more having a decent quality of life as you go through this grind, instead of being like a yo-yo with your results and feeling like you have value as a person when you're on an upswing and you're winning, and then feeling depressed and terrible about yourself when you can't seem to win a pot. This game can make you go into some really dark places, and as I've gotten older, I've been able to steady those swings, and I just want to help you guys out. So keep following.